What's up YouTube, Webberz05 here coming at you today with Q&A number 39. So before we get to the Q&A guys, I just want to do a quick shout out to new subscriber Jevon Jarrett. Thank you so much for subscribing, you're the reason my channel's growing stronger. And guys, you might notice that I'm not in my usual corner where I'm doing this. Today I've gone back to doing a Q&A while I'm doing Pokemon because I recently got my Switch changed, so now I can actually go back to playing it. And by default, Pokemon doesn't have a save data cloud, so I lost all of my data, so I have to start again, which is rather annoying, but such is the way it is. So I'm just going to be doing a bit of this while I'm doing my Q&A. So for those wondering, I'm currently playing on Pokemon Violet, and if anyone's wondering where I'm at, I've done 3 badges, I've done 2 of the Star Bases, and 2 Titans. Currently, I'm just catching a few Pokemon before I move on to my next stage. But like I said, going to be doing the Q&A at the same time, so let's get on with that. So today's Q&A is once again some questions from my good friend Doctrician84 with a quick comment from the last Q&A. Just be thankful that Endymion isn't at number 1 on that list. Well, I am thankful for that. And I don't blame you for what your number 1 hated card choice is. I don't like it either. Inferno Wing does look great as an ulti. It really does. My questions for next time, or technically this time as it's now what would have been the next time, are about my top 7 favourite ritual monsters. I couldn't round it to 5 or 10. So question 1, thoughts on Relinquished. Relinquished is a nice generic, well I'd say generic. It's not exactly generic in terms of it's something because it's a ritual. No ritual is kind of generic. But you get what I mean. Generic's not the right word, it's like nostalgic. It's a nice nostalgic monster from the original series. And for me, also like, I can relate to it because back then, Relinquished is probably one of the monsters at the time that had a ridiculously large amount of text. And this was before the existence of Pendulum monsters, which also have a stupid amount of text. So yeah, Relinquished, a nice classic one from the show, and actually I can relate to it as well. Back when I started out in the game, I did pick up the Pegasus starter deck. I relinquished a few of my opponents back in the day, and it's quite fun. 2. Thoughts on Paladin of White Dragon. I think it's nice that they added another method of being able to go into a Blue Eyes. I agree it's quite balanced in the way it is, because at least it's a free summon of a Blue Eyes and you can't attack with that Blue Eyes, so that balances it out a bit, which is quite nice. I think its own individual effect of what it does with defense position monsters is pretty decent. I don't fully remember what the effect is, it's been a while since I've looked at it. But yeah, just a nice, another old school ritual monster, so I rate it. Question 3. Thoughts on Cyburst Magician. Cyburst Magician I quite like, both for its design and how its effects work, because of its ability to set up as a nice little soft lock. Ooh, that's a Pokemon I haven't caught yet. Throw. I do rate Cyburst Magician for its effects and like the little soft lock it can do if you've got a Link monster, and then if you also combine it with one of the other more powerful Cyburst monsters, then you can basically lock your opponent out of attacking, which is amusing. I think the thing I like most with Cyburst Magician is also just how easy he is to use in the Cyburst deck, because with Cyburst Witch's effect, you link someone into her, summon a monster to a zone it points to. You can banish a spell from your grave to add both a ritual spell and then a Cyburst ritual monster, so you can just immediately straight up summon it to add it into your hand, which is really great. So yeah, really easy to use in comparison to so many other ritual monsters, which are substantially more difficult unless it's one of the old school named ritual monsters, which now there's pre-preparation of rites, which can both search a ritual monster, which can search a ritual spell and a ritual monster that's listed on it. But in current format, that's very rare. So nice to know that there is a ritual monster out there that is somewhat semi-easy to use in another deck. Before I get question 4, that was a lot of talking. better. Oh, great. I just remembered. Brambler's got such an annoying evolution method. It's one of those walkings. Okay, question 4. Thoughts on Magician of Black Chaos? I really like Magician of Black Chaos. He's probably one of my favourite ritual monsters. I've got a secret rare of him in my personal home collection. I think he's just a really cool, awesome spellcaster ritual monster. Really liked seeing him in the anime as well. Great like that. So for me, again, just kind of nostalgic, and I really like it. Also really like how it looks in Secret Rare. Just kind of wish he had a bit more to his artwork. But overall, still really cool. And naturally, I like most of his retrains as well. 5. Thoughts on Blackluster Soldier? Blackluster Soldier naturally being the original anime ritual monster that first appeared. So yeah, gotta love a bit of Blackluster Soldier. His original summon in the anime, probably one of the best summons from the original series. And naturally, when he got supported as an archetype to become a bit better, that was really nice as well. Kind of merge him in with his own Chaos archetype, which made it really cool. And overall, just yeah, nice and nostalgic, brilliant card. 6. Thoughts on Magician of Chaos? Magician of Chaos being like the in-between of Dark Magician and the Dark Magician of Chaos. Yeah, quite interesting. I like how it's designed, in terms that it is, well, as I said, the in-between of Dark Magician and Dark Magician of Chaos. So it's essentially like Dark Magician starting to turn into the Magician of Black Chaos. In terms of his colours, because naturally his skin changes to blue, his armour changes to the same colour as Magician of Black Chaos, so it's kind of like that nice in between. It's got some pretty useful effects as well, so it's pretty good. Thing is, naturally, when he first came out, naturally he's a ritual monster, so not exactly easy to access. But that being said, with the more recent support of things like Illusion of Chaos, he's probably a lot more easier to use now. But that being said, I still don't really think I've seen him used that much. Would he be a bit more viable now with the more recent support? Because like, you've got things like Magician's Rod and other cards that can search the ritual/fusion spell, and then you've got like Illusion of Chaos, which can hit monsters. Or does it have to be a non-ritual monster that it searches? I don't remember. I played the card, but I don't remember its its effect. Still, I'd have to think about that. I would like to see what it would be like if it was actually a bit more viable in the deck. And question 7. Thoughts on my absolute favourite ritual monster, Blackluster Soldier Super Soldier. Basically, yeah, I quite like him as well. He's probably one of my favourites as well. I've got an ultimate rare of him in my binder. Looks very nice like that. I like how he's got those nice little effects. He's got like bits. I like that he's got like, I've forgotten what his effects is. Oh yeah, he's got the Flame Wingman effect. If he kills something battle, you can blast its attack as damage to your opponent. And then naturally with the support within the archetypes, if you use the smaller soldiers, you can give him the effects of his chaos, of his envoy counterparts. So yeah, which is pretty nice. I've forgotten what his other effects are, but overall I really like his design. He seems pretty easy to use. Yeah, overall I think he's a really great ritual monster. That being said, most ritual monsters I do think are really great. They just have the natural downside that they take a lot of effort to be viable, unless your deck specifically focused on the ritual summoning of it. I just wish ritual monsters were more easy to tech in non-ritual related decks. And on that note, guys, that is all the questions I have today. So thank you very much, Darkpetition84, for your questions. Very amusing as always. And for anyone else wanting to ask me questions, I do these Q&As every Wednesday, UK time, more afternoon or evening, depending on my schedule. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and I will see you next time.